Hello?
Welcome to Cry School.
Cool.
Follow me.
Your future is coming for you. But don't worry, we'll get you ready.
Hi, I'm James Euler. I teach history and I'm in charge of the 8th grade program at Christ School. This is my 16th year here. One of the best things about the 8th grade program at Christ School is that they're in a small group and they kind of become the bedrock of that class and what that class is going to mean to the institution. We try to build a community using some of the seniors that are going to embrace them as big brothers. And it gives them a benefit of learning and growing together. Boys are almost inherently competitive, and we have to kind of teach them how to be collaborative. What they get to do by being here in 8th grade is they're kind of getting, it's a springboard into high school. They're getting guidance from some of the most seasoned professionals that we have here at Christ School. They get to know each other really well. We try to do things not just inside the classroom, but we like to get them oriented into this community and this city. By the time they start 9th grade, when it really matters, they know the system, they know what's expected. And I think that gives them a big advantage compared to someone coming in at 9th grade. It becomes a great setting for all boys to thrive. Because in the end, these guys learn about love and citizenship and faith and believing in themselves and believing that they can become something greater than what they already are.
My name's Kirk Blackard. I'm Director of College Guidance. I've been here for 14 years. In the College Guidance Office, we survey the parents and the students early on with college preferences to see what they want. We work really hard to get to know the kids, and we can do that here because we see them in all kinds of activities in the classroom, on stage, in athletics. And so we have a real good sense as to their personality, their preferences, and then in their junior year, we're beginning to really look at their interests and their talents, their academic profile, and with that, we divide schools into different categories. Good bet, middle of the road, and reach. It's a system that's really worked well for us and prepared the students and the families for what lies ahead next.
Coming into this process as a junior, as a sophomore, even earlier, it's very overwhelming. There's a large number of colleges to choose from and be interested in and learn about. And the College Guidance Office, they're there for us at every level. Even when you're being introduced to test taking, they're there to support you and say, these are the areas you need to work on. They're even there to tell you what the tests are like if you've never taken them before. They're there to help you explore wider college options before you narrow it down in your late junior year.
One of the unique parts of our office is the Writing Center, and we are so fortunate to have our English department work in conjunction with us to develop their college essays. They learn how to write essays in the spring of their junior year. And by the time they come back in August, for their senior year, they have an essay in their back pocket and they're ready to go with the essays that all the colleges have.
You would think that your child's the only one they're helping with how meticulous they are and how helpful they are. So as a parent, that was big, huge, because guidance department just wraps their arms around every aspect and takes care of it. So we feel confident in it and our children have felt confident in it. And then when that first letter comes in that you got accepted somewhere, they rejoice with you, they're excited with you, and then they move on to the next one. They are smart and have researched it and are really providing a service that is second to none.
We make every opportunity to be with the parents and the students because we're on the same team. We're very proactive when it comes time to communicating with parents, whether it's by email or by phone or even text these days. And our effort together has resulted in some great final decisions. It is such a privilege and an honor to work with these kids who come to Christ School with these qualities, and we just need to bring them out in a college application, and that's what we do.
So hi, my name is Ron Ramsey. This is my 5th year at Christ School, and I am the director of the outdoor program. The outdoor program here at Christ School includes lots of activities: cross-country mountain biking, rock climbing, bouldering, whitewater kayaking, backpacking, hiking.
Welcome to Christ School Broadcasting Network. I'm Henry Lytle, here alone today, but nevertheless we're at Christ School, and it's going to be a Christ School. It's going to be a Christ School versus the Cabarrus Warriors tonight in a football game. Christ School is coming into this game 1-0, beating University Christian last week 35-20. They will be facing the Cabarrus Warriors, who are 0-3 with an average score of 4.6 points a game. The Warriors lost 56-0, 55-0, and 14-8. So they're hoping to get a non-conference victory tonight. Christ School is also hoping to get their second non-conference victory tonight as they beat University Christian from Jacksonville, Florida last week. Coming off of the first game, Navy Schuler threw for 260 yards and 5 touchdowns. Aiden White received 4 of those touchdowns, and Langston Long received the other one. So the Christ School Greenie offense is ready to play, and they've shown that they've come prepared for this game. The Cabarrus Warriors have not shown that they are great on offense so far this season, but hopefully they can start off tonight in a good fashion.
Number 7, Sander Lamb. Number 21, Nasir Roberts. 22, Fred Peace. And number 28,
right now,
Mitch Jeter.
the coin toss is going on. Some Christ School. Looks like we have Aiden White out there. We have Kiki Alcime.
And the Christ School captains. Number 9,
We have Reed
Kiki
Sun
White.
and Cade Mintz,
Number
or
17,
Wilson Handy.
Wilson Handy. Number 21, Reed Sun.
So those are the captains for Christ School.
Kiki Alcime.
Here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your convenience, restrooms and concessions are located in the
Well, the game is about to start, and one thing that I think is really going to help the Greenies tonight is starting out strong on offense. They started out very strong against University Christian, and it really allowed them to excel in the game. For the Cabarrus Warriors, I think one thing that's going to help them is playing good defense. They've really struggled to stop high-scoring offensive teams this season. So if they can start out strong on defense, I think they'll have a chance to stay in contention for this game. The Greenies receiving core is also very strong as they have Cade Mintz, Aiden White, and Langston Long. Aiden White is committed to NC State, and Langston Long has 2 offers, one from Villanova and one from Dartmouth, which just came about this week. And also they have Cade Mintz, but the receiving core is really just going to have to excel tonight for Christ School, and that's one of their strengths. Well, here we are lining up for the kickoff. It looks like Christ School is going to be kicking off the ball to Cabarrus. Cabarrus is also from Concord in North Carolina, so not as far as last week from Jacksonville, Florida for University Christian. Cabarrus they've really been struggling on offense, only scoring 4.6 points a game, but they're gonna have to come out strong on offense in this first possession and not allow the Greenies defense to stop them. Alcime is lining up for the kickoff.
Number 22, Kiki Alcime to kick for the Greenies.
Alcime had a couple of good kicks last game, and looks like he's about ready to kick off. And the student section, tonight is actually jersey night for the students, so they're all dressed up in different jerseys for different teams. Here comes the kick for Alcime. A boot way out of the back of the end zone. It's a good kick for Christ School. And here comes the defense. Well, it was a good way to start off for Christ School. And a great kick from Alcime, and shows that the Greenies are really fired up to start this game. One of the captains on defense is Reed Sun, number 21. He had a couple of big hits last night, one causing a fumble for the Greenies that was important in their victory, stopping University Christian in the fourth quarter. Here comes Cabarrus on offense. They're lined up in the shotgun. Two backs. They're going to send it back in motion. Looks like it was probably a false start on the offense. I think one of the outside linemen moved a little bit there. And it is. It's going to bring Cabarrus back 5 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 15 for them. It's going to bring the ball back to the 20-yard line. Got two receivers out to the right. You're going to motion another receiver over. The ball's in the middle. The running back is brought down. I think that was a loss of a yard there. The tackle is made by Ian Adams. Alcime was also in on the tackle there. Ian Adams is also a key part of this Greenies offensive line. Him, Will Buchanan, and Cade Chapman make up a strong offensive line for the Greenies, allowing Schuler to have time in the pocket. Going to bring another back in motion here. It's going to be a pass. He's going to throw it, but I think the quarterback was hit there. That was Thomas Jasper on the hit.
3rd down and 15.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 15 for Cabarrus. Cabarrus they have not played a team like Christ School so far, coming out beating a fantastic team in University Christian from Florida. So they're going to have their work cut out for them tonight. So they really need to prove a lot of the people wrong and start out strong on offense, and this 3rd down is a huge part of that. A run up the middle, maybe a yard on that play, but a great stop for the Greenies defense. It's going to bring out the punting unit for Cabarrus. I was watching their kicker in practice and before the game, and he was hitting field goals from about 55 yards and punting the ball about that long also. So he was definitely shown that he can play here. We're going to have Aiden White lined up to receive this punt right at the 50. A bad snap, and it's going to be a short kick. Maybe that was not a great kick. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by the Warriors, and the Greenies are going to get the ball at about the 25. So all in all, that was about an 8-yard punt. Not what Cabarrus wanted to start out in their first possession. Here comes the Greenie offense, led by Navy Schuler. 262 yards passing in the last game. So he's hoping to start out great tonight.
1st and 10.
Going to see Langston Long lined up on that left side. He had a key touchdown in the Greenies' first drive on offense on a 4th down play. Schuler's lined up in the shotgun. He's going to give it off to Cade Mintz on the right side. He's got some room. He's running in. He breaks through a tackler, and I think that's going to be they're going to spot Christ School on the 1-yard line. A great run by Mintz to start off this game, though. It was a 23-yard run. Cade Mintz had 2 receptions last game for about 43 yards. 1st and goal here. Last game, we also saw Pierce Hammonds with 12 carries for 102 yards, 8.5 yards a carry, so it's likely they're going to be giving him the ball up the middle. Hammonds is lined up to the left of Navy Schuler. Ball's in the middle. Hammonds has got an easy hole. Touchdown, Greenies.
Touchdown, Greenies!
The Greenies are leading 6-0 right now. Not how the Warriors wanted to start out tonight, but they really showed that they can run the ball and be dominant up front. The Greenies are looking like they're going to set up to go for 2 here. This is an odd formation. Mintz is going to take the snap. He's actually going to run it in. He's got room, and it's going to be a 2-point conversion, so the Greenies are going to lead 8-0. A little bit of a trickery play there, and Mintz takes it in for the Greenies.
High School leads 8-0.
Well, Christ School leads 8-0, and Cabarrus definitely does not want to start out like this. They're going to need to get something going on offense, or the Greenies may dominate this first half. The more time you give the ball to the Greenies, the more likely they're going to score. Another kickoff for Alcime. He had a great first kick, as we saw, booting the ball out of the back of the end zone. Hoping to do that again. Well, the Cabarrus Warriors in their first game, they lost in overtime 14-8. So they've showed that they can play good defense, but against an offense like Christ School, they got to step up their game and hope to get something going here. Alcime, it's going to be a line drive kick fielded at the 15. Cabarrus is going to have the ball running through tacklers. The returner is going to be brought down short of the 30-yard line, about the 28.
First and 10, Warriors.
It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Warriors. They tried to run the ball a lot on their first possession, and Christ School just dominated up front. They're going to try to pass it likely here, but the Greenies just got good pressure inside, and it was hard for the Warriors to move the ball and have enough time to really set up anything. Zach Myers is playing corner on the right side of our screen. He's one of the key freshmen in this team. We also have Caden Jones, who's another freshman. Myers is 6'1", and Caden is 6'3". But both are a key part of this defense. Myers had about a 40-yard return last game, and Caden had some great plays defensively. They're going to line up in another 2-back formation, try to motion their running back over. They're continuing to try to run the ball, and that looked like that was a carry for about no gain.
Ball carrier for the Warriors, number 22, Fred Peace, gain of 1.
Fred Peace on the carry for the Warriors. It was about a gain of 1. But Jasper Thomas was in on the tackle, and Thomas was a key part, was another great player in last game. He had a bunch of good tackles and is one of the leaders on this defense for the Greenies. Sticking to shotgun formation for the Warriors. The snap in, they're going to pass. There's pressure off the edge for the Greenies, and the ball is dropped by number 4.
Tim Watson, incomplete. Intended for Javon Myers. That'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the student section is pretty fired up about that one, chanting Butterfingers. Another one of their chance to support this Greenies team. Aiden White is back on the punt. He's backing up a little bit more this time, probably wise. It's going to be a good punt. It's going to be a line drive, getting a Cabarrus bounce, but White is going to field this ball. He's going to take it past the 40. A great block. White is out. He's to the 40-yard line, and he's going to be brought down at about the 41. That was a monster block by Jasper Thomas. In on the defensive play, and there for the punt return. I think there was a penalty on there. It was a little bit hard to tell if it was a hit to the head. But it was a personal foul on Thomas. Coach Loom is not happy with that one. Coach Loom is the first-year coach, a previously defensive coordinator from 2013. But he has shown that he is ready to be in this position as a head coach. The Greenies are moved back 15 yards from the penalty. The offensive unit is out there, ready to go. Looks like there may be a little bit of confusion from the referee's side. And it looked like a clean hit to me, but it was a little bit, it may have been a hit a little bit too high, maybe above the shoulders. Schuler's lined up, Hammonds to his left. Good snap. Schuler's going to roll to his left. He's going to look to throw it. He's going to throw a long one for That was the tight end.
Incomplete. Number 8, Davey Schuler, intended receiver for the Greenies.
The tight end, Charlie Browder, about 5 yards over his head, but 2nd down and 10 for the Greenies. We'll hear 2nd and 10 for the Greenies. First incompletion for Schuler of this game. They didn't have to pass the ball last possession, so they're definitely going to have to pass it this possession, but they really were ready to pass the ball last game. They had a lot of good completions, one for a 69-yard touchdown. Schuler is pressured. He's going to be brought back behind the 22. It's likely going to bring up a 3rd down and 14 or so.
Bring up 3rd down, 15 for the Greenies.
It's going to be 3rd and 15, excuse me. Schuler's going to need to make a play here. Lined up in shotgun. The tight end out. They're going to run a twin-type formation. Schuler's drop back. A little bit of pressure off the edge. He's going to throw one over the head of Langston Long. Another incompletion. Well, the Greenies tried to throw 3 times this possession and came up incomplete every time. Not how they wanted to start their second possession, but they are leading 8-0 as the punt team comes out. Cade Mintz is going to be lined up back there. I wouldn't be surprised if the Greenies went for some type of trickery play here. Zach Myers is on the right. Mintz may be running this to one side or the other. It's going to be a good snap. Mintz is going to actually punt it. Looks like a good punt past the 50-yard line. It's rolling and taking some greeny bounces all the way to the 31. That was a great punt. That punt was about 45 or 50 yards there. That was quite a punt from Cade Mintz, showing he can do it all. Offensively, catch passes and run the ball very well. Cabarrus is lined up on offense here. They've been struggling recently, trying to run the ball, and when they have passing opportunities, missing throws and missing catches. Greenie front's going to get some good pressure. It looks like that was Reed's son in there on the hit. No, that was Kiki Alcime from off the edge.
Loss of 2 yards. Tackle made by Christ Schools. Kiki Alcime.
Kiki was blitzing off that right edge. He was very, very quick off the ball, and Cabarrus lineman did not have time to react to that one. Cabarrus has struggled to get good push up front, and it's definitely going to be affecting them. That is a huge hit. That was Jasper Thomas. That was about a loss of 15. 10 or 15 yards. It was going to be 9 yards on the play, but a fantastic play for the Greenies. This is going to be 3rd and 22. It's going to be 3rd and 21, excuse me. Well, Cabarrus needs a big play here. Likely a pass off the edge, but Christ School's corners have been very, very solid tonight. Going to drop back in shotgun, throw a ball over the middle, almost intercepted by Caden Jones. Ball was tipped up. Reed's son tipped that ball. Went back. It's going to be 4th and 21, another punt. Well, we got 5 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And so far, I've seen the Greenies lead some good running drives offensively, and I think that's what they should really stick to tonight. Give Pierce Hammonds the ball and let him do some work. High snap. The punt is away. A fantastic punt, getting it past the 40-yard line. Aiden White juking receivers out. He's got some room on that left side. He's going to break another player's ankles. He's going to juke out of another player, and he's going to be tackled at about the 31-yard line.
Mitch Jeter returned 38 yards.
A 38-yard return for Aiden White.
Called the 30-yard line.
He's going to be coming over
Greenies.
to this right side. No, Aiden White is coming out. It looks like they're going to go with a run-heavy offense, likely stack the box inside and give Hammonds the ball. Actually, they're going to line up in a trips right formation. 3 receivers to the right. Ball's going to go over a pass to Browder. Browder's going to get through a one player and be taken down. Browder is 6'7" and 235 pounds, and he's a hard player to tackle, especially once he starts moving in one direction. Greenies are pushed towards the right hash here. Schuler's going to be lining up in shotgun with Langston long to his left, 3 receivers to his right. Schuler's going to hand the ball off to Pierce Hammonds, who has a nice hole, breaking through tackles and brought down at about the 10-yard line. That was a great play for Pierce Hammonds. 15-yard gain, and that's what Christ School is going to have to do tonight if they want a chance. Or that's what Christ School is going to have to do tonight to move the ball. They have a bigger, more dominant offensive line than the Warriors, and if they can just move the ball on the ground, they're going to have some good success. That was Hammonds' first carry on the night for about 15 yards. He ran for about 102 yards on 12 carries last time. Another handoff inside. He's got room. He's moving, and that's going to be a Greenies touchdown. Greenies are leading 14-0 with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first quarter. They're going to be lining up in another weird formation. Cade Mintz taking the ball again. It looks like the Warriors they're going to shift the offensive line in and set up for a kick here. We have, we have Henry Duggins on the kick. The extra point is up, and it is through the uprights. Greenies lead 15-0. Henry Duggins came off a great game, helping the Greenies win 35-20 against University Christian. He had 5 extra points, and Duggins showed that he can really kick the ball through the uprights. Another kickoff for the Greenies. The Warriors are going to be getting the ball back. So far, the Warriors have just not been able to move the ball. The Greenies are getting pressure inside. It was a 10-yard sack last possession, and they've just really struggled. Alcime is going to be back for another kick. Alcime has had 2 good kicks on the night so far. He's hoping to have another one here. Kiki Alcime getting ready. 4 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock for the Warriors. They're going to have to get at least 1 first down, which, remember, they have not gotten a first down all night. The Greenies have just shut them out inside. They're getting good pressure up front from those big linemen, and it's just been hard for the Warriors to make anything out of the time that they've had the ball in the first quarter. Alcime, it's going to be a great kick. The ball is going to be fielded at the 4-yard line. Warriors bringing the ball out. A host of Greenies ready to take Cabarrus down. Ball was brought out to about the 15-yard line. 12-yard return, and the Warriors are going to have the ball again. Well, if Cabarrus wants to do anything on offense, they got to start getting push up front. That's just been killing them so far in the game. The Greenies ran the ball 2 possessions and scored. So Cabarrus is just going to have to, that offensive line is going to have to hold off that big Greenie defensive line. Got Alcime lined up at linebacker, along with Reed's son. The Greenies getting good pressure. It looks like there's going to be a great hit. That was by Wilson Handy.
Ball carrier, quarterback number 2, Tim Watson, sacked by the Greenies.
Another sack for the Greenies. I think that was their 3rd sack of the night.
Loss of 5 yards on the play.
A loss of 5 yards for Cabarrus, and not how they wanted to start out again. Well, the Greenie defense is just dominated. In the secondary also, we saw Wilson Handy playing that cornerback position and getting back to the quarterback and recognizing the play. It's going to be a fake handoff. Another sack for the Greenies. I don't know if that was a sack. That may have been a quarterback play, but Alcime in there on the tackle. It's going to be bring out a loss of 1.
A loss of 2 yards. Tackle made by Greenies number 22, Kiki Alcime.
Well, Alcime with 3 good kicks on the night, and he also has multiple tackles. I think about 4 tackles, and he's really showing that he can play multiple sides of the ball. Get in there. Cabarrus, it's going to be a blitz from the Greenies. No chance for them to get anything, and it's going to be a safety. Alcime in there on the tackle for his 5th of the night. It's going to be a safety.
That's a safety.
The Greenies lead 7-0, and they're going to get the ball back with another chance to score. Greenies lead 17-0 so far in the first quarter. Cabarrus just could not get a good blocking up front. We saw Alcime get in there, but Jasper Thomas off the edge. He also got in there, blowing by the running back's block. It's not looking so bright for Cabarrus, but they're gonna have to start playing better if they want a chance to win. And it's gonna all start with a good defensive stop here for them. The Greenies can score here. They'd lead 24-0, approaching the end of the first quarter, and that's how they want to end this first quarter. Well, as Cabarrus has shown, they've averaged 4.6 points a game. So that's not been helping them tonight. It's going to be Zach Myers in there. He's got a juke, moving to the outside. Myers on the sideline. He's moving past players, and he's going to bring that ball to about the 28-yard line. Zach Myers is a freshman, and he's been returning some of these kicks, throwing players left and right, and getting the Greenies in good offensive positions. Pierce Hammonds is going to be in there at tailback. Going to want to give the ball to Hammonds and let him get in there. Langston Long is going to be lined up on this right side. May we also mention he has gotten an offer from Dartmouth this year. If he went to Dartmouth, he'd not have to change anything in his wardrobe, but he's going to be moving back. Schuler is going to throw one deep to Lex. He's open, and he's going to catch it in there for a touchdown. That was a fantastic catch by Lex in there. Another fantastic catch. He caught one last week, and he caught one this week. May I also mention, I have evened the chess score up with Langston Long. I beat him this week twice in chess, so he doesn't have the edge anymore. He's going to be out there for the kicking team. The kick is up, and it is good for the Greenies. They lead 24-0.
Point is good. High School's Henry
Henry Duggins on another kick. 24-0. Well, a fantastic catch by Lex and giving the Greenies the 24-0 lead. It's his first reception of the night, hopefully first of many for him, but the Greenies starting to take control of this game. Minute and 59 seconds remaining on the clock. We haven't seen a lot, but so far the Greenies have just dominated. Well, Alcime is lined up for the kick. He had the safety last possession. This is going to be his 5th kick of the night. Or, excuse me. Yeah, it's going to be his 5th kick of the night. Alcime getting ready. He's had multiple good kicks. And this one is going to be a short grounding kick. The Warriors are going to field it. It's going to be brought back the 28-yard line for the Greenies defense.
Kick return by Cabarrus' number 7, Xander Lamb. Tackle made by Chris School's Caden Jones.
Well, Caden Jones in there on the tackle. He's one of the freshmen that has joined this team and played an important role, him and Zach Myers. They've both played very well so far for the Greenies early in the season. This is going to be the Greenies' 2nd non-conference game of the year, hoping to win this one and bring their overall record to 2-0. Cabarrus lined up, 2 tight ends on the left. It's going to be a jump off sides. I think that's going to be Kiki Alcime, his first mistake of the night. It's going to bring the Warriors forward a couple of yards, but the Warriors have not gotten a single first down tonight, so this penalty may not hurt the Greenies as much as it looks so much. The Warriors lined up in shotgun again. A bad snap. The Alcime off the edge brings him back for another sack of 10 yards. Alcime is just getting back there off the edge. He's moving through defenders and getting to that quarterback. Looked like there was a little bit of confusion in the backfield there, but the quarterback should definitely try to throw that ball away or make something happen there. But it's going to bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down in about 15. A minute. We're winding close to a minute and 20 seconds left in this first quarter. It's going to be a big 3rd down for the Greenies. If they can stop the Warriors here, not allow them to get another first down, it's going to be important for them. More edge, more pressure off the inside. That's Alcime for another sack. I think that's going to be Alcime's 4th or 5th sack of the night. Goodness gracious, he has been in there on every play. Reed Sun was also in there on the tackle, but the linebackers have just been getting through this Warriors offensive line. 3rd and 24 for the Warriors. The Greenies student section is chanting goodbye as so we see some Warriors soccer players leaving the stands. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be a fumble. And the Greenies are going to pick the ball up. Reed Sun loses the ball. The Warriors are going to get it back. Number 7, but he's going to be brought down for no gain. Interesting play there, and the clock is going to tick to the end of the first quarter.
Recovered by Xander Lamb for a gain of 2. Bring up 4th down and 22.
It's going to be 4th and 22 when we're at the end of the first quarter. Well, the Greenies lead at the end of the first quarter, 24-0. And the Greenies just have started out on fire on offense. We've seen Lex make a fantastic catch in the corner. We've seen a Pierce Hammonds touchdown, a Cade Mintz touchdown. And we've also seen a safety for the Greenies and a 2-point conversion. So a great start for them. They've only had to run the ball 4 times to score, Pierce Hammonds has 2 touchdowns on the night already with about 40 yards running the ball.
Begins at 9:30 right here, Big Shoe Field. Have a great Father-Son weekend, and welcome again to all Greenie dads.
Well, the Greenies are getting ready for another kickoff. The Warriors are going to have the ball again, but the Warriors have just, I can't stress this enough, they can't move the ball. They can't get it. They haven't proved that they can get a first down against the Greenies. So things aren't looking so great for them. It's going to be another kick, another punt for the Warriors punter. He has been a dangerous field goal kicker, but Cabarrus has not gotten even close to the touchdown and allowed him to get a kick in. But he showed that he can kick the ball from about 55 yards in practice. Ball's up. It's going to be a good punt. He's going to be fielded at the 40-yard line. That is Davis Lindsay on the play. Davis Lindsay's got the edge. Lindsay is a great lacrosse player, one of the captains of that lacrosse team. He's a great all-around athlete, and he showed that he can return that ball for a long way. 35-yard return. It's going to set up a Greenie first down. Schuler's going to be back out there. We're not going to see Lexon on that play, but we're going to see Caden Jones on this left side, number 42. He's going to be one player to watch. We're also going to see Wilson Handy as a receiver between the tight end and Jones on the outside. Schuler's going to take the snap. He's going to look back, looking for some plays. There's some pressure, but Schuler throws the ball towards the ground. It looked like it was close to being picked off. Pass was intended for Painter Richards-Baker.
Intended receiver 14, Painter Richards-Baker. Second down and 10.
Second and 10 for the Greenies. And they've only had one unsuccessful drive on offense in which they tried to throw the ball 3 times and didn't throw the ball and didn't get anywhere. But on these shotgun passing plays, they're getting time and they're getting receivers that are open towards the end zone. Schuler's going to be back in shotgun again. Two backs to either side. It's going to be handoff inside. That's going to be Reed Sun on the carry. He's maybe going to get a yard out of that play, but it's going to bring up 3rd and long. The clock is going to tick toward 11 minutes and 20 seconds. A ton of time left in this second quarter. The Greenies are trying to pull away in this game. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. 3rd and long, as we said. Jones again lined up out to that left side. The Greenies are likely going to be throwing the ball here. Schuler's going to draw back. He's going to throw one long. That's going to be a pass intended for Richards-Baker. Ball's going to be a little bit short, and Baker's going to miss the catch. 4th and 10. The Greenies still lined up on offense. They went for every single 4th down except for one last week against University Christian. And they got every single one that they went for, I think. So they're really taking advantage of this field position and trying to get the ball close to that end zone. It's going to bring up 4th and 10. Schuler back. He's going to throw it long. It's going to be Browder inside. It's going to be a first down, and he's going to bring the ball close to the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up a 1st and goal for the Greenies and a 19-yard gain. Schuler back there again. The Greenies are likely going to be running this ball to Pierce Hammonds inside. The Greenies' offensive line is just kind of dominated the Warriors' defensive line. Schuler's going to throw a ball, a fade to Richards-Baker. It's going to hit his hands and go out of bounds.
Pass from Navy Schuler, incomplete. Intended receiver, 14, Painter Richards-Baker. Second down and goal.
It's going to bring up a second and goal. It's definitely cooling off outside. It was very hot as we started this game, but it's been cooling off. The sun has rolled behind the mountains. Still have plenty of light on the field. We're gonna see Aiden White. No, excuse me. Never mind. We're gonna see Pierce Hammonds to the left. He's gonna be blocking. Schuler's gonna throw the ball. It's gonna go through the hands of Caden Jones. It's gonna bring up a third and goal for the Greenies. And the Greenies they've missed a lot of open throws here. A couple of missed throws by Schuler, a couple of drop passes by the receivers, but they've moved the ball when they needed to, and that's what's been important tonight for them. Schuler's we're gonna see Hammonds to the left of Schuler. He's a sophomore and he ran for 102 yards last week. He's a key part in that win. It's gonna be handoff to him. He's gonna get inside, moving towards the goal. That's gonna be his third touchdown on the night. Hammonds has ran for less than 60 yards, but already has 4 touchdowns, I think. It's a lot. Greenies didn't have to move the ball very much there. Off a great return from Davis Lindsay, but in special teams, Greenies have just been showing that they can return those punts and set up the offense for easy drives. It's going to be an extra point from Duggins. Ball's up and good. The Greenies lead 31-0.
That makes the score. Right score, 31. Cabarrus, nothing.
Well, it's 31-0. We got 9 minutes and 56 seconds left in the second quarter. This is not how Cabarrus wanted to start off this game. There are 10 minutes left in the second quarter, and anything can happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Greenies pulled this one away at the end of the second quarter and maybe brought the lead to 40 or so points. Alcime lining up for another kickoff. He had another couple of sacks last possession. He's just been getting in there and really making plays for that defensive line. Alcime with the kick. It's going to be a great kick. Ball's going to be fielded at the 9-yard line for the Warriors. Caden Jones is in there. He's going to bring him down at the 16-yard line. Another great play by a freshman.
Kick return by Cabarrus' number 7, Xander Lamb. Tackle made by Greenies number 42, Caden Jones.
Jones is going to come out. We're going to see.
First and 10, Cabarrus.
The Greenies' defensive line has just been in there. We're going to see Alcime back in there on the edge. And he's just been getting pressure, moving through that offensive line. Cabarrus has just not had time to throw the ball tonight. They just haven't been able to run the ball or have time to throw the ball, which has led to their deficit right now. Going to throw the ball over the middle. It's going to be a good play. It's going to bring up their first down of the night. The ball's going to be out to the 35.
Warriors quarterback number 10, Kelly Tucker.
Kelly Tucker on the throw.
16-yard gain.
It's a nice 16-yard throw, but still, this is their first completion of the night. It's also going to be their first down of the night, and they're going to have to get something going here if they want any chance. Zach Myers in there on the corner position. It's going to be a false start on that left side of the line. Both the receiver and the lineman moved. It looked like it was all kind of brought off guard by Jasper Thomas, who kind of moved in there, and it's going to move the ball back. It's going to be a 1st and 15 for the Warriors. Well, the Warriors have just, the penalties have kind of hurt them there, and they haven't really been able to move the ball up front. Alcime on that right side. He's likely going to get pressure here. He's going to move through a blocker and get back there for a tackle, along, I think, with Jasper Thomas in there. Jasper Thomas got there first, but Alcime was off the edge and in there quick. Well, it's going to bring up 3rd and 15 for the Warriors. They're going to have to convert here in hopes of moving this ball.
That'll bring up 2nd and 19.
2nd and 19. Excuse me. But the Greenies offense has just played phenomenally. They've moved the ball, and especially we got to give some credit to that offensive line, getting the push up front, allowing Schuler to have time in that pocket and make some good throws, especially one to Long on that right side. You're going to see the quarterback lined up in shotgun. It's not a false start there, but a flinch by the player that's going to be picked off. That's Jasper Thomas moving towards the end zone, trucks 2 players. It's going to bring the ball down to the 5-yard line for Greenies' 1st and goal.
Intercepted by Greenies, number 10,
Jasper Thomas, Reed Sun, and Kiki Alcime, 3 players on defense that I've said over and over and over and over again. They've just been everywhere on this field. We've seen that this defense is really, really showing what they're made of tonight. Schuler is going to be likely handing this ball off to Hammonds in the middle. Will Buchanan is on that is in the right tackle position. He has just been fantastic. Schuler's actually going to roll out and throw. Ball's going to be thrown out of bounds, intended for Caden Jones on that right side. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the 5. We got to remember this Greenies special teams and defense has been setting up the offense with drives that are less than 40 or 50 yards, and they're really giving that offense opportunity to move the ball with ease, let time tick off the clock, and control the possession here. 2 receivers to each side. Cabarrus has got a lot of defensive backs out there. Going to send a man in motion. Schuler's looking over. He's got room, and he's going to be running the ball in, juking 1 player. He's going to have a passing touchdown tonight and a rushing touchdown. Another Greenies touchdown. They're going to lead 37-0, awaiting the extra point. Well, Navy Schuler has been fantastic so far in these 2 games. He's just been able to throw the ball and run the ball, evade tacklers, and set up opportunities for those receivers to get open. The kick is up, and it is through the upright. Duggins gets it in. Cade Mintz on the hold. He's also been everywhere with some good plays on offense, defense, and special teams. Well, this is going to be Alcime's 7th kickoff of the night. The Greenies have just dominated on offense and not allowed the Cabarrus more than 1 first down. Just helped them take the lead in this game. We haven't seen Schuler throw any balls to Aiden White so far tonight. A little bit surprising, but we've seen Log in there on 1 fantastic play. One of the better catches I've seen in high school football. It's no surprise that he's being recruited by some good Division I schools, and he's another great part of this receiving corps. Here's Alcime lined up for the kick. Here he goes. The ball is up. It is a rocket. That is going to be out of the end zone, or it's going to land at the 1 and roll out. Cabarrus is going to have the ball at the 25 off of that touchback. Alcime didn't have any fantastic kicks in the last game, but he is, every single kick tonight has just been, the ball has been past the 20, the 15-yard line, and he's had a couple of fantastic kicks. One fielded at the 3. Here comes the Warriors offense. They've just struggled everywhere to get open plays here. Going to see the 2 freshmen in on defense, and Cabarrus desperately needs a scoring drive here. Looked like there was a false start from number 7 on that wing. They've also been struggling a little bit with these penalties. And a couple of false starts on the line, a little bit of confusion. Maybe due to Christ School's defensive schemes, maybe due to a little bit of offensive confusion, but nevertheless, it's a 5-yard penalty, and it's going to bring up 1st and 15 for the Warriors. Well, here's Cabarrus, 1st and 15. They had a 13-yard passing attempt that went for a 1st down, but other than that, it's been sacks and runs that haven't worked out. It's going to bring up another sack for the Greenies. Going to see Reed's son in there. It's going to bring the Warriors back for about a 3-yard loss.
On the play by Christ School's Reed's son. That's a loss of 5. 2nd down and 20.
2nd and 20. The Cabarrus has really just struggled early in these drives. They've lost 5, 10, even more than that. They've lost some yards early, which has not helped them on 2nd and 3rd down. Here are the Warriors with 1 tailback lined up to the right of the quarterback. It's going to be thrown it. It's a bad snap. Quarterback's on the ground. It looks like the Warriors are going to regain the ball, but probably a loss of another yard or so. It's going to bring up 3rd and very long, more than 20.
That's a loss of 2. 3rd down and 21.
3rd and 21, and if I'm the Warriors here, I'm just trying to get some kind of play. Maybe try to find an open receiver for long, but the Greenies are likely going to blitz the linebackers off the edge, and Cabarrus has just not been able to deal with that. Alcime in there on the right side of your screen. He's going to be blitzing off the edge. A bad snap, Alcime off the edge. It's going to be picked off. That is Ash Hamrick for the pick 6 for the Greenies. It's going to lead the Greenies to a 45 to 46 points so far. A pick 6, great defensive plays, 2 interceptions for the Greenies tonight, and they have just dominated both sides of the ball. They came out firing, and they've just come out and played very, very, very well. That was Ash Hamrick, who's a junior out of Charlotte. Doesn't get in there a lot, but he's making plays. Another good extra point, and it's going to bring the Greenies to 45 points. 45-0. 45-0 at the 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. If we're looking at the Cabarrus Warriors right now, we're not expecting much out of them. And this has just been a tough night for them. On both sides of the ball, they haven't been able to really do anything. Alcime with his 8th kick on the night. Well, Alcime is getting ready for his 8th kick. They've all been fantastic. keep saying it again and again. But he is really improving as a player. Another good kick. It's going to be fielded at the 10-yard line. Warriors are going to field it. It's going to be brought down. That was Wilson Handy in on the play. The ball's going to be at about the 29-yard line.
Wilson Handy bring up 1st and 10 for Cabarrus.
1st and 10 for Cabarrus. They're just looking to not get in a deficit early in yardage. They're just hoping to make sure the ball is just not behind. The ball is not brought back behind the line of scrimmage. First down again. 1 first down on the night. Hoping to make it many more, but it's looking a little bleak for them. It's going to be another offsides penalty on, I think that was Kiki Alcime. His 2nd penalty of the night, but he's been more of a help than a detriment for the Greenies. It's going to be a 1st and 5, but even with this penalty, I think I said it before, but it shouldn't be too much of an effect for Christ School. Well, the Greenies have just been amazing on offense, just moving the ball. The defense has set up those plays. It's just been a good time all around for them. Another bad snap. Alcime in on the play. I mean, he makes a bad play. He comes back and gets a sack. There's not much more you can expect out of a player like Alcime. It's going to bring up 2nd and likely 15. Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 15 there for the Warriors. Well, here they are. Sticking with that 2-receiver formation. They haven't really been able to get these receivers open and be able to make plays here, but hoping to do a little bit more run. Running back's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be a loss of 2 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 17 for the Warriors. 3rd and 17. The clock is ticking close to 5 minutes left, and the Warriors are just hoping to make something happen here, hoping to get a first down. The end zone's pretty far away, and they have not gotten close to it on offense, may I say. End zone's definitely seeming farther and farther away as we've been longer and longer into this game. A good pass there, but over the head of number 4 for the Warriors. It's going to bring up 4th down. They're going to bring that punter back out there. He's hoping to boot one in Greenies territory and hope that the defense can make a play. Zach Myers is going to be back there, the freshman. He's had a nice return so far. He's looking to receive this kick. He's moving back further and further, and this punter is just going to boot this one. It's going to be a good kick. Myers is going to field this one at the 35. He's got an edge on this left side, waiting for blockers to set up a play. He's going to move through one guy, and he's going to get thrown down by the Warriors there, number 28, pushing him over. Bringing out the offense. It's going to be a Greenies 1st and 10. I think we're seeing a new quarterback in there for them. I think we're going to see Emmett Paradine in there, and we're also going to see Corey Taylor in at halfback. Paradine's hoping to make some good plays and show that he can be a part of this Greenies team, especially if something happened to Schuler. And The running back's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage there, moving far to the right, but not moving far forward. Well, it's Taylor on the carry, his first carry for this season. The Greenies had a close one at University Christian, but kind of pulled away towards the end of that second quarter and third quarter. And they've just played very well towards the end of that game, which allowed them to win. Gonna see Paradigm in there again. New offensive lineman also. Paradigm moving, or that's gonna be Foley on the carry.
Ball carrier for the Greenies, number 27,
Corey Taylor, excuse me. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in this game. Well, we're going to see Paradigm back again. We're also going to see Zach Myers playing this receiver position. We've seen him a lot on special teams in both of these games, but he hasn't been in there on offense too much, hoping to get his chance. The ball's going to be at Myers' feet. It's going to bring up a 4th and 7 for the Greenies. They're going to bring on the punt team and hope to get this ball close to the Cabarrus end zone. Minute 20, the clock is taking under a minute and 20 seconds right now. Going to see Cade Mintz back there for punting. Mintz has had some good punts so far and is hoping to get this ball back. Cabarrus bringing a returner back now. He's actually going to come up. Looks like they're just going to let this ball be kicked back pretty far. It's going to be a short kick, and it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 26. Approaching the end of the half, and Greenies are leading 45-0. Starting to dominate this game offensively. Well, we've seen, I think, 4 touchdowns from Pierce Hammonds, 1 from Cade Mintz, and 3 touchdowns, I think, for Hammonds, 1 for Mintz, 1 for Long, and 1 for Schuler. Here we come, the end of the half. Looks like Cabarrus is not going to run another play.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the end of the first half. Your halftime score.
It's going to bring up
45,
the end of the half.
nothing.
Well, Christ School is leading 45-0 at the end of this first half. It seemed a little bit like they've controlled the ball on both sides. And they've just played very well as a team on offense and defense. We've seen players on special teams really set up the returns on offense, and they've just played very, very well all around. Cabarrus has just struggled on both sides of the ball. 1 first down all night. That's not been helping them. We've seen a lot of touchdowns for the Greenies, 6 in total, 1 safety and 1 2-point conversion. I'm Henry Lytle, and that's going to conclude it for the second half, or for the first half of this game.
Hello?
Christ School.
Cool.
Follow me.
Your future is coming for you. But don't worry, we'll get you ready.
Hi, I'm James Euler. I teach history and I'm in charge of the 8th grade program at Christ School. This is my 16th year here. One of the best things about the 8th grade program at Christ School is that they're in a small group and they kind of become the bedrock of that class and what that class is going to mean to the institution. We try to build a community using some of the seniors that are going to embrace them as big brothers. And it gives them a benefit of learning and growing together. Boys are almost inherently competitive, and we have to kind of teach them how to be collaborative. What they get to do by being here in 8th grade is they're kind of getting, it's a springboard into high school. They're getting guidance from some of the most seasoned professionals that we have here at Christ School. They get to know each other really well. We try to do things not just inside the classroom, but we like to get them oriented into this community in this city. By the time they start 9th grade, when it really matters, they know the system, they know what's expected. And I think that gives them a big advantage compared to someone coming in at 9th grade. It becomes a great setting for all boys to thrive. Because in the end, these guys learn about love and citizenship and faith and believing in themselves and believing that they can become something greater than what they already are.
My name's Kirk Blackard. I'm Director of College Guidance. I've been here for 14 years. In the College Guidance Office, we survey the parents and the students early on with college preferences to see what they want. We work really hard to get to know the kids, and we can do that here because we see them in all kinds of activities in the classroom, on stage, in athletics. And so we have a real good sense as to their personality, their preferences. And then in their junior year, we're beginning to really look at their interests and their talents, their academic profile. And with that, we divide schools into different categories. Good bet, middle of the road, and reach. It's a system that's really worked well for us and prepared the students and the families for what lies ahead next.
Coming into this process as a junior, as a sophomore, even earlier, it's very overwhelming. There's a large number of colleges to choose from and be interested in and learn about. And the College Guidance Office, they're there for us at every level. Even when you're being introduced to test taking, they're there to support you and say, these are the areas you need to work on. They're even there to tell you what the tests are like if you've never taken them before. They're there to help you explore wider college options before you narrow it down in your late junior year.
One of the unique parts of our office is the Writing Center, and we are so fortunate to have our English department work in conjunction with us to develop their college essays. They learn how to write essays in the spring of their junior year. And by the time they come back in August for their senior year, they have an essay in their back pocket and they're ready to go with the essays that all the colleges have.
You would think that your child's the only one they're helping with how meticulous they are and how helpful they are. So as a parent, that was big, huge, because guidance department just wraps their arms around every aspect and takes care of it. So we feel confident in it and our children have felt confident in it. And then when that first letter comes in that you got accepted somewhere, they rejoice with you, they're excited with you, and then they move on to the next one. They are smart and have researched it and are really providing a service that is second to none.
We make every opportunity to be with the parents and the students because we're on the same team. We're very proactive when it comes time to communicating with parents, whether it's by email or by phone or even text these days. And our effort together has resulted in some great final decisions. It is such a privilege and an honor to work with these kids who come to Christ School with these qualities, and we just need to bring them out in a college application, and that's what we do.
So hi, my name is Ron Ramsey. This is my 5th year at Christ School, and I am the director of the outdoor program. The outdoor program here at Christ School includes lots of activities: cross-country mountain biking, rock climbing, bouldering, whitewater kayaking, backpacking, hiking, adventure racing. We take advantage of our mountains, and we take advantage of the interests of the students and the faculty that are involved. Christ School sits on 500 acres of mixed hardwood and pine and 7 miles of trail and a lake that allows our students to on campus get out and recreate on a regular basis, and is the foundational instructional area for our outdoor program. We live in an amazing place that allows our students the opportunity to get off campus and to get away, and within 30 minutes we're catching fish, or we're taking our bikes off a trailer and in some of the best mountain biking terrain in the Southeast. I think something our students benefit from here at Christ School and beyond is an authentic opportunity to experience something with other people, find a passion that stays with them for the rest of their life. We're real thoughtful and intentional about creating those opportunities and empowering our students to lead. I think the essence of our outdoor program is a quotation from William Blake, where it says that great things are done when men and mountains meet. And I think that sums up our school and our outdoor program at the same time.
My name is Marcel Duhame. I am the head of house at Harris House, and I teach engineering and computer science. I think one of the beautiful things about being at a boarding school are the relationships you get to create with students. So as a dorm parent, you're kind of like their parents away from home, but you also connect with them at sports and in the classroom, and you get to know so much more about them because you're involved in so many different parts of their lives.
I've developed really good relationships with my dorm parents. I can really come to them with any question I might have or concern, and they're always there ready to help me with whatever I might need.
We do a lot of movie marathons on weekends. We do a lot of sports. We got a very athletic group of kids, and of course we do just routine barbecues and cookouts and hangouts and stuff like that.
There's pretty much always something going on in the basketball gym, like always a pickup game. There's always stuff going on in the student center, ping pong tournaments. I know I like to beat up on Mr. Rankin in ping pong tournaments every once in a while.
And it's been awesome watching them grow from kids that couldn't even get out of bed or clean up their room to being mature, responsible young men.
For me, I think I'm going to cherish probably all the bonds that I made with new people this year. And I've also become really self-reliant on myself through this experience.
I've developed a lot of independence since I've come here. I've learned how to do laundry, take care of myself, manage my time, which is something that was really important that I knew I needed to learn.
If you want a chance to have your kid be independent and to take care of themselves and be a contributing member of a community, the residential life gives you a place to do all that. It's a safe place to do that. You can just make mistakes and fall forward and keep growing up.
Welcome back to Christ School Broadcasting Network. After a 45-0 Christ School lead, we're back here after halftime. The Cabarrus Warriors are hoping to put some points on the board, but the hope of a win is looking a little grim for them. The Greenies are warming back up, getting ready. We're likely going to see a lot of second and third string players in for the Greenies, hoping to show that they can be a valuable part of this team. So far, the Greenies, they've scored 6 touchdowns. We've seen 3 runs from Pierce Hammonds, a touchdown pass from Navy Schuler to Lex Long. We've also seen a running touchdown from Navy Schuler. So overall, we've seen a pick 6. Excuse me, that's all of them. We've seen a safety on defense. We've seen over 8 sacks, a lot of which from Kiki Alcime, who's also had a lot of kickoffs and some good opportunities there. But Greenies have really just been controlling this game. Hopefully for them, they can continue to do that in the second half and not look back, even with this big of a lead. Ticking with 30 seconds left until this half resumes. We can see the kicker for Cabarrus is going to line up for a nice 50-yarder. I mean, this kicker is nailing it through the uprights from 50 yards. It's been amazing to watch him, but the rest of the offense has not been getting him in a position to make some tough shots here. The Greenies are getting ready in the big huddle. We're about to start the second half, and we're going to be with a running clock, so the game's going to move a little faster. The 12-minute quarters are going to seem a lot shorter than they did in the game against University Christian, but the Greenies are still hoping to extend this lead, especially with the Greenies are definitely hoping to continue to make this lead bigger with some of the players that don't play as much back in the game. Here we are lining up for return of a kick for the Greenies. We're going to see Myers and Aiden White back there. Aiden White has not had any catches tonight. Aiden White had, I think, 6 receptions and 4 touchdowns last week. So that was fantastic for him and a key part of the Greenies' victory there. Kickoff for Cabarrus. Here are the Greenies getting ready to return this one. We're going to see Myers and Aiden White back there, again, as we said. A nice kick, and the ball's going to be out of bounds. First kickoff of the night for Cabarrus, and easily put out of bounds. That kicker is very talented, but we haven't been seeing a lot of him except from the punts. Good to see a lot of new Greenie faces in here. Well, a great run there for Christ School. 17-yard gain from Michael Provenza. It was a great play by him, and he's a good backup quarterback, a freshman. But he started out on JV this year, and he's really shown that he can throw the ball. And here he goes with a handoff. Inside, it's going to be a handoff over to Corey Taylor. But Provenza has just shown that he can throw the ball and be successful with this Greenies offense. And it's good to have a solid third-string player like him, especially a freshman with a nowhere to go but up for this Greenies team and showing a bright future for them.
Second down and 3.
Provenza is 6'1", 175, so he's got the size and he's got the athleticism as we just saw. That was a great play by Corey Taylor getting to the outside. He's going to be thrown out of bounds by Cabarrus. An 8-yard gain there, and the Greenies are moving the ball. We're seeing some younger players out here and some players that have shown that they are an important part of varsity, just helping this Greenies team extend the lead and hold on to what's been a good game tonight, especially for the defensive side for them. Provenza's going to throw the ball. It's going to be an outside pass through the hands of Hunter Williams. A good throw from Provenza, but just looked like a little bit of a miscommunication there. Second down and 10 for the Greenies. Well, it's good to see a lot of new faces and helps familiarize us with what new people could come in case of an injury. As we enter late in the season, it's going to be important to have backup players that can play very well. A handoff inside, it's going to be Taylor. He's going to be brought down for a loss of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Greenies. Provenza's likely going to be needing to throw here. It's getting a little windy and a little damp out here this evening, and it's definitely making it feel a lot more like the fall, even though it's still the end of the summer. It's going to be a running clock. The clock is going to tick towards 8 minutes left. Provenza in the shotgun. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to throw it deep. It's going to be a play over to Myers, who's almost going to catch it. It looked like the throw is a little bit short. It's going to be incomplete, however. And it's going to bring up 4th down for the Greenies. A good first series on varsity for Michael Provenza. Couple of handoffs and a nice 17-yard run, and he's shown that he is a part of this team. Here comes the kicking team. Cade Mintz is back there to punt the ball. At this point, the clock is ticking towards 7 minutes and 15 seconds, and Greenies are just letting this clock run out and making play after play in this game. Mintz is going to kick this punt off. A nice punt for him. It's going to have good spiral. It's going to take a little bit of a Greenie bounce there and hit off of Taylor there. Corey Taylor. It's off his leg, and it's going to be at the 21-yard line. About a 40-yard punt. Solid for Mintz, and he's just done well tonight. A lot of new faces on defense. Especially, we're going to see Davis Lindsay at safety. He had a great punt return earlier. We're also going to see Hunter Williams in cornerback, and I think we're going to see Taylor also on that right side. Corey Taylor, the halfback. It's going to be a false start on that offense. And it's going to bring a Cabarrus, I think, 1st and 15 for them. It's going to be Peta first down, but Cabarrus is just 1 first down all night. That's not going to suffice against a solid team like Christ School. The Warriors lining up here. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Running back has maybe a yard or two to go, but nowhere much. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 14, I think. 2nd and 13, excuse me. It was a gain of 2. Well, the Greenies lead 45-0. Nothing's really happened so far in the second half. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left. The running clock, and we've just seen a great performance from the Christ School Greenies. It's going to be looking like the quarterback is going to be brought down behind the 10-yard line. Tackle is going to be at the 8-yard line, and Cade Watson's going to go down there. Charlie Bednar on the play there.
That's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 23 yards to go. Well, Cabarrus here just needs to try to throw the ball a very long way, but the Greenies secondaries just proved strong here. A big hit on the quarterback there. Throws the ball out of bounds. Not much of a play, and the Greenies going to be getting this ball back on offense. I think we're going to be seeing Cade Mintz in for this return. He's had some good offensive and special teams plays so far tonight, but actually they're going to take Cade Mintz out, and Davis Lindsay's going to come in. He had a great return earlier, and Lindsay's going to be back out there to make another play. He's a senior and key part of that lacrosse team, as we mentioned earlier. High snap, but the punch is going to be away. It's going to be towards that right hash and out of bounds for the Warriors. It's going to be Greenies' ball. We're going to see Michael Provenza back in there.
37-yard line, where your Christ School Greenies take over 1st and 10.
No, we're not going to see Provenza in on this series. We're going to see... I'm a little confused as to who the quarterback is in this. We're going to see Wilson Handy in there at quarterback. On the roster, he's listed as a receiver and defensive back, as we've seen him make a couple of catches tonight, but they're going to put him in at quarterback just to help that team. He's going to be taking off here, moving through the middle. He's breaking a couple tackles. He's going to be brought down right before the 25-yard line. 11-yard gain, and they're going to bring Emmett Paradine back in at quarterback. Get Handy out of there. Christ School is really bringing in players that play a bunch of different positions and helping this team gain experience as they move toward the middle of the season. It's going to actually, there's going to be a face mask on the defense, and it's going to be another 1st down for the Greenies. A low snap. The ball's going to be handed off to Taylor. He's going to be brought down for a loss of 3 or 4 there. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 14.
Ball carrier number 27, Corey Taylor, loss of 3 yards. Tackle on backfield by Zach Rubach.
It's going to be 2nd and 14 for Greenies here.
2nd down and 14.
Myers is on that left side. Going to see Emmett Paradine. He's dropped back. He's going to throw the ball out to the wing. It's going to be a false start on the Greenies, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 19 and a repeat of that 2nd down. Minute and 20 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. The time is flying by. This game started at 7 o'clock. It's 8:25, and we're almost through 3 quarters. So this game has just moved fast, and both teams came out playing hard, but the Greenies just kind of took over. It's been like that for the rest of this game. It's going to be snap in the middle. We're going to see Davis Lindsay on the handoff. He's going to be brought out for a gain of 3 yards. Clock is going to tick under 40 seconds. There's going to be a flag on that play. Likely another false start for the Greenies, maybe a face mask. But penalties have not been a huge factor, seeing as even with a couple of offsides penalties, that hasn't helped the Warriors too much.
It's a 10-yard penalty. Down remains 2nd. Second and 31.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 31 for the Greenies. It's going to bring up the end of the third quarter. 45-0. Score is not changed, and a couple of Christ School offensive possessions.
Don't forget, fans, for your convenience, restrooms and concessions.
Seeing some wind on the field. A balloon is floating over the middle. It's rising up. This balloon is moving across. But it is starting to get a little windy out here tonight. Not affecting the play too much, but balloon is crossing the 45, crossing the 30. The balloon is crossing the 25. It's crossing the 20, rising and rising. It's rising more. I think it's crossing the 10. Getting close, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Greenies balloon. Greenies play here. Emmett Paradine there. He's got a little bit of pressure in there. He's going to try to avoid it. He's got to throw. He's going to dump it off. And Elliott Bell is hit hard, but makes a reception. I think that's his first of this 2019 season. Paradine, I think his first completion of the year. May have missed one earlier. Greenies have played well tonight, 45-0, really showing it in the first half. Scored 6 touchdowns, 1 pick six, 1 safety. They've played fantastic on both sides of the ball, allowing this lead. Paradine's going to take the snap. It's going to be throwing it to the outside over to Myers. Zach Myers gets by one defender. It's dragged out by the foot, and it's going to be a gain of 5 yards. Well, we've seen Zach Myers everywhere tonight. He's been making plays. In the punt team, he's been making plays in this offense and defense. He's just been a great freshman to have, especially playing some important snaps for this Greenies team. I think we're going to see Wilson Handian as quarterback here. It's going to be 4th down. 4th and 23. Not good for the Greenies, but Handy's going to be... Or no, excuse me. This is not an attempt to get a first down. It's going to be a punt. Cade Mintz here. A good kick. That ball's going to be landing inside the goal line, and it's going to be fielded at the 1. Cade Mintz's best punt as a Greenie. Bringing the ball down to the 1-yard line and setting up another opportunity to stop this Cabarrus offense for the Greenies.
And that punt down at the 2-yard line.
That punt may be down at the 2-yard line. It's a little tough to tell from up here, but 1st and 10 for the Warriors, and hoping to score and maybe make this loss not seem so bad. Looks like the Greenies are bringing somebody else in. They're going to bring in Hunter Williams playing the cornerback position. It's going to be another quarterback is getting through players, but it's going to be another safety for the Greenies, I think. Or a loss of 1. It's going to be brought down at the 1. Good pressure by the Greenies defense, but it's going to bring up a 2nd and long for the Warriors.
2nd down and 11.
2nd and 11 for the Warriors, and hoping to not get a safety here. They don't want Christ School to touch the ball again. The clock is just continue to tick, but there's no need for the Greenies to have to touch the ball again. Greenies are looking like they're going to bring some pressure off that edge. It's going to be a fumbled snap, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be a safety for the Warriors, and Christ School is going to regain the ball. Score is going to be now brought up to 47 points. 2 safeties on the night. Both good plays by the defense and touchdown. So, in total, the Greenies have scored 11 points defensively. And they've also had some fantastic returns in special teams to set up offensive possessions and score touchdowns eventually. Aiden White is back there to return the punt along with Zach Myers. Well, not really any hope for the Warriors here, but Greenies are up 47-0. Clock is going to tick. Close to 7 minutes left in the game. The Greenies are up 47-0, and they've just been dominant on both sides of the ball. Controlling defensively especially. The first game was a lot of great offense and some good defensive stops, but they didn't throw the ball as much, and the Greenies defense has just been, they've just been stopping the Cabarrus offense, and the Cabarrus has had 1 first down so far, so it's just been all-out fantastic from the Greenies. Myers is going to field this. A little bit of a weird hop, and he's going to take this ball past the 35 to the 40, past the 50. He's going to go past the 40, past the 30. Myers has an edge on the defender. He's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line for a gain of over 40 yards there. It's going to set up the Christ School offense. We're going to see the freshman, Michael Provenza, back in there for the Greenies. Well, the Greenies have just been, this special teams play, I've been completely surprised. They've just been fantastic. They've had multiple returns of over 30 yards, and we've just seen plays also on the kick returns that have just been great for the Greenies. Provenza is going to take this snap. Cooper William is also going to be in there as a running back. He's going to take this ball, move to the left. He's going to be brought down for a loss of 3 or 4. A host of Warriors is there to take him down, but
William Cooper on the carry, also 4 yards.
That was William Cooper, excuse me. We're going to bring up 2nd down for Provenza in this offense. We're going to see Corey Taylor back in there, halfback, and Provenza's going to be back to lead the rest of this series. Elliott Bell on this right side, closest to us. Provenza's going to hand the ball off to Taylor. Taylor's going to muscle for a couple of yards, and it's going to probably bring the ball back to a yard, give the Greenies a yard or 2 of the gain, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 14 for the Greenies. Provenza's likely going to have to throw on this play, but clock's going to tick towards 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Not a lot of time left on this game, and this may be the Greenies' last possession against the Cabarrus Warriors. Provenza taking this snap. He's going to throw into the outside. It's going to be over Ash Hamrick. Probably got a little excited on that play, and it's going to bring up 4th down for the Greenies. Provenza's going to stay out there, so this Greenies offense is going to go for this 4th and 12. Provenza's lined up in shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. He's going to pitch it out to Taylor, who is breaking through a couple defenders, and he's going to bring the ball back close to the line of scrimmage, but not enough to get a first down, and it's going to bring the defense back on for the Greenies and a first down for the Warriors.
And Cabarrus takes over at their own 28-yard line.
Cabarrus is taking over with this ball. 3 minutes left in the game.
First and 10.
The Warriors have this ball. Be taking it. It's going to be a quarterback run. And quarterback's going to be brought down. That was Jake Easler, the junior wide receiver and linebacker, making that play. Easler made a great play, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 18 for the Warriors here. Well, as we're taking under 2 minutes, it's been a completely dominant game for the Greenies. They scored 45 points in the first half and 2 points in the second half, but they scored 6 touchdowns so far, and 2 safeties and a 2-point conversion have gotten them to 47 points. So they've just been fantastic tonight. 3rd and 9 for the Warriors. It's going to be likely their last third down of this game. But what a night. It's been beautiful. It's been a good temperature. We're approaching the fall. It's prime football season, and it's good to see both teams. No injuries especially. Also, want to shout out to Kiki Alcime and his family in the Bahamas. Hopefully they're doing okay after this hurricane, and anyone else who's suffering from some bad weather events. But we've been very, very lucky up here to have good weather and no problems in that area. It's going to bring up 4th and 1. The clock is going to tick to 40 seconds. They're going to be punting here. It's no offensive possession, and 30 seconds left. We're going to see Davis Lindsay to return this punt. It's going to be a short boot right over the head of Corey Taylor. And it's going to be hit off the hand of the Warriors. 15 seconds left, the last play of the game, and what a night for the Greenies. Clock is going to end, and it's not going to be another play, and the Greenies are winning 47-0. Well, it was a fantastic game by the Christ School Greenies. They scored 6 touchdowns, 2 safeties, and a 2-point conversion to give them 47 points. Pierce Hammonds had 3 touchdowns. Schuler threw for a touchdown. There was a pick 6, and Schuler ran for a touchdown. So a great performance by both sides of the ball, especially that defense really leading the way. They had a lot of sacks, I think 10 sacks at least for the Greenies, and they're going to be playing at Murphy, hopefully looking to improve their record to 3-0. Well, the Greenies have been playing fantastic in their last 2 games, and they're hoping to continue this momentum at Murphy. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Henry Lytle, signing off from the Christ School Broadcasting Network. Thank you.